Good morning, YouTube. April has a story for us today about Lincolns.
Ooh.
I don't think Lincolns have made the headlines since Matthew McConaughey was making those Lincoln commercials.
Oh, why doesn't he do them anymore?
I don't know, but they were all right, but it didn't get me to buy a Lincoln.
No?
Lincolns have sort of been dead to me since they got rid of the town car and the Panther platform in 2011 or 12.
Oh, they're dead too. No more Lincoln for
And
you.
I've always been an Escalade man instead of the Navigator.
True.
But
True.
apparently the new Lincolns, they're trying something.
Yeah. Well, the Nautilus has been out since 2019.
Okay.
But they kind of did a new body redesign.
So it's like the mid-size SUV.
Yeah.
It's okay looking.
Basically a Ford Edge, but a little fancier. Is
Yeah.
what- I like the interior. There's this whole deck of like screen touch. I don't know if it's a touch screen, but there's
You
a
like
whole
a
second tier
bank full of
deck.
screens?
I mean, that looks like a spaceship.
Okay,
A
they're trying to look like a
starship.
Tesla. And
Similar to a
whatever.
Tesla. I mean, I think I want to show you a picture of the door handles are really interesting. Because I feel like a lot of cars are trying to do that inset look, like Kindig. I feel like Kindig kind of brought it on, Kindig design with the inset door
with the
handles.
Corvettes, yes.
The Tesla has it. But this one, they actually have the door handles integrated into the window trim.
So
which
it looks like
is
a Range Rover
interesting.
Sport. It looks like
looks like a Range Rover. They're all two-tone
Yeah.
like this. This year they have some hybrid engine coming out.
Okay.
So that's their specialty. But
Lincoln.
here, and there's a couple weird things here. There's like 28 speakers and 24 seat adjustments. Like you can move your seat into 24 different ways, which I think is a little bit overkill. Like people are getting bored and they're like, we need to come up with something new. Last year we had 22, now we need 24 way adjusting seats.
They could just sit in a 2005 Cadillac Escalade seat with a thick foam padding and plenty of support and be like, this is better.
They really are so comfortable. But here's the one new, I don't think it's an option, I think it's standard. It comes with scents. There are different scents that come out of, I would say, the air conditioning events, which you can choose from.
So you can deploy scents.
You can deploy scents. There's 3 scents.
Like, oh my God, I just farted. Let me deploy the scent button.
No, they not yet. But
Okay.
these are the scents.
All right.
There is a Mystic Forest.
So a woody, barky.
Mystic Forest. Land
Yeah.
Before Time.
I assume it's not going to be cat vomit. There's not going to be one of them because,
no.
like you.
That was in the corner earlier today.
Thanks.
Violet Cashmere,
Violet cashmere.
which sounds delicate and decadent.
Okay.
Love
so
it.
To hide a fart, you hit a button and violet
Yes.
cashmere can come out of the vents. All right.
Right. So instead of
Okay.
getting out of the car to fart and like walking the path around the car to make sure it doesn't follow you back
Right.
in,
Well,
now you can just deploy these scents.
That's why men are supposed to open the door for the ladies. It's not
yes.
to give you time to fart and
Well,
crop dust
and
around.
we
while you-
know when you're crop dusting is because you do the long way around instead of
Yes.
going in front, you go all the way to the back.
Exactly.
Okay. And the last scent, Ozonic Azure. Is that Ozonic?
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 Yeah. Azure, like the
Azure.
Bentley Azure, or like the Blue Lagoon, like the ocean mist or something like that. Okay.
But these are all chemicals. They're obviously not natural because that wouldn't happen. These are all chemicals that you're smelling, which can't be healthy for you.
I mean, new car smell in general is probably something toxic.
It's all the chemicals fermenting and giving off their half-lives and just all the plastics. Sorry, there's Neelix hair all over the table. But it's all the plastics and the glue and all the adhesives.
So they've given up on Matthew McConaughey selling Lincolns. The Lincoln lawyer. And
Yes.
now they want people to buy these. The new gimmick is programmable scents for your Lincoln.
They should have
which,
one that smells like Matthew McConaughey.
like 80s Porsche or Mercedes. The smell of that is so intoxicating.
But there are
Leather.
so many car fresheners. Like that's a thing at every gas station. There's like
What's your go-to?
300. I kind of like the new car smell.
Yeah, I do new car smell or new leather. Yeah, that
New
but,
leather,
But if
old
they were able to
leather.
capture the scent of like an 86 Porsche 930 Turbo. People know, like since the strongest one tied to memory, people that have sat in an old Porsche, they know the smell immediately. They're thinking like, oh yeah, that'd be great if my Toyota Camry smelled like that. Like that's definitely a thing.
That's a
How
thing.
it smells, I feel like, is a thing. Mercedes and Porsche do a great job of doing that. BMW, I don't feel like they do as much. Does BMW have a smell? I mean,
Jake's a big BMW guy. Do they smell?
Well, Jake buys them like this the 10th owner, and they've all sharded in them, and the smell is gone. They're gone.
Well, there's new smells that create
Right,
from...
but BMWs don't really have a smell to them.
No.
No.
Early 2000s Volkswagens that all smell like crayons.
That's true.
Is that a thing?
Yes, Volkswagens in the 2000s smell like crayons.
Really?
Yes.
What could that be from? The foam that they use in the seats, maybe?
It's the cancer. The Cadillac Escalade. The Escalade does have a smell, and it is a pleasant smell, but it's more of like a generic new car smell.
I don't have a good sense of smell, which is...
Thank goodness. Yeah.
Which is a thing. But that is, when you're getting in a car.
You've never picked up on any of my silent but deadly farts ever.
Well, maybe I do, and I just don't say anything because I'm being
you
polite. I don't want to embarrass you. I would have keeled over and died.
Did you happen to catch that? She never smells anything.
But old cars, they do have a smell to them a lot of times.
Most
There's some
certainly.
mold deterioration, especially in the headliner.
Horsehair. Like, because the foam was made out of horsehair, so when it starts to break down.
What year are we talking about?
In the 80s, Mercedes had a horsehair padding in the seats, and so when that starts to break down, then the thing starts to smell like a horse.
I thought you were going to say, like, the glue is made of, like, horse hooves, and this smells like
no,
horses.
but they actually used horsehair padding.
Wow, okay.
So there's got to be a car that you can think of where you just smelled it, and it was just like, oh my God.
No, I mean, I'm just showing you a picture. Well, you've seen it. My dad's car.
His Cadillac DTS that he just chain smokes in?
My dad smokes in the car, and he has both windows open, so the ash goes out the window and then in the back window and just circulates like a little snowstorm, and the whole car is completely covered in ash all the time. So now whenever I smell cigarette smoke, like, that just reminds me of my dad's Cadillac. He's always had Cadillacs. He's a Cadillac man. Always smoked inside the Cadillac. At least he has the windows open.
Yeah. So
even if it's cold out.
You don't have a good smell of your entire car. Like the Buick Grand National has...
It has a smell.
It has a smell, and kind of an old car smell.
It does have an old car smell.
But it's not bad, but it's just like, okay, this smells like old
Well, obviously
cardboard.
there's nothing bad about a Grand National, but you got the mouse fur hair, the mouse fur seats on it that I feel like could absorb some sweat over the years and kind of give off a little bit of a thing, but I love every inch of it, and there's nothing wrong with it ever.
Okay. Well, I still think the best smelling cars are 70s and 80s Porsches.
Yes.
And they're very well preserved.
That makes
I'll just
sense.
have to stick your nose in it and see if you can smell it the next time we're near one that's
I probably
nice
can't.
preserved.
But that's the thing, you want your car to be clean, and then if it smells bad, that's another thing, you're not taking care of it.
Mystic Forest, Violet Cashmere, or Ozonic Azure.
Which one would you pick?
Ozonic Azure, I think, would be the one.
Is that your
Jake
stripper
just said
name?
they sound like stripper names.
Wait, go over here. They are. Mystic Forest,
Violet Cashmere,
Ooh,
Ozonic Azure.
I like
Yes.
Ozonic Azure is like a stripper from the future, though, like a
suppose.
futuristic space age type.
Yes.
Violet.
Well, because you've been thrown out of strip clubs.
I did get thrown out of I got thrown out and then let back in. Like, they wouldn't let me and my friend.
You would be distracting.
We went to a gentleman's club, and the security. We were at a wedding in Florida, and everything closes early, and so we went to a gentleman's club, and the security said, "Oh, you have to be escorted by a gentleman to come in here. It's only for gentlemen." And I'm like, "Well, that's not cool. How do you know that I'm not a man?" And this was when all that conversation was going on.
April getting canceled right now. She's using the pronoun thing
Well,
too.
how did they know? And so I asked him, feel free to check, because I could be a gentleman.
You went to this place because it was like the only place that was open to get drinks in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So that's why you wanted to go there with a friend.
Right.
But yeah, my last trip was with someone that is over 10 years ago, because he had never been, and he didn't know etiquette. He was from Spain.
Right.
And he didn't know that you don't just, they're dancing for you. You're not supposed to grab them.
Oh, wait, he was grabbing? You're not supposed to touch the girls.
Mm-hmm. So that was sort of embarrassing.
That was your experience.
Or going with my dad, and he didn't tell me we were going to the strip club.
What?
That was bad.
Stop it.
We went to a NASCAR race, and the NASCAR race got rained out, and so he said, pull into this place. We were outside of the track near Lawrence, Kansas. So pull into this place.
Yeah, next best thing.
We'll hang out here until it stops raining. And it was, it was my dad and all of his friends. And, yeah. Ozonic Azure was giving one of my dad's friends a lap dance, and I was not having it.
That's great.
I ordered a hot chocolate because I was just drenched. I was drenched and cold and shivering, and I actually ordered a hot chocolate in a strip club. And thankfully, I got an actual drink and not something else.
Aw. Right, like what is really a hot chocolate undercover
Yes,
for?
and my dad, if my mom ever watches this, he was very well behaved. He did not partake in the lap dances or anything else. But his friends,
They had
you
some
know who you
fun.
are.
Well, the moral of the story is I got into the strip club, and I think these are fantastic stripper names.
Why did we talk about that? There's a Lincoln Nautilus.
The Lincoln Nautilus.
It looks like a Range Rover Sport, but it belches sense.
That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah,
That's
Matthew
not their ad
McConaughey.
campaign, though.
Yeah. I want some violet cashmere. The deploy, scent, engage. It's actually a pretty good idea. In the world of gimmicks, that's a pretty good new gimmick, I would say.
And
yes.
highly toxic.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching.